I've seen for years now they've been talking about this corridor and the intentions that they had. And in 2010 to 2012, when the government announced their intentions, we actually gone backwards. So I think it's the time to put something on paper that can work with practical steps, not just a wish list. The purpose of it is to reduce trucking on the highway by basically 1/3, productive use of both road and rail, and the addressing of rail's lack of intermodal flexibility. We can build two terminals here, one a container terminal and one a car terminal, and we'll cut logistics cost without government subsidy. So it's a win-win for everybody on all aspects of this logistics corridor. Without an N3 integrated rail, the N3 cannot sustain this trucks. It's going to come at a cost to society. So there needs to be a balance and a pragmatic approach between road and rail. We don't want to kill the trucks, but you can't let this N3 corridor just be trucks. The NDP in 2012, that they call it the NDP 2030, said 50% should be on rail. Now it's less than 14%, and there's only 4 years left. So we need to do something very quickly. As I said, this will be good for the whole of South Africa, not just for this part of the world. But the port of Gauteng, where it will fit in, it's strategically positioned. It's at the entry point and exit point of Gauteng. It's before you get to the N12 and the N17, and it's where the N3 and the container corridor is the closest to each other, parallel. So we can have two terminals here, world-class terminals, where things can turn around with speed. Because remember, these are expensive goods. Doesn't want to sit for a week in City Deep in a container before it gets loaded off. There's no environmental sensitivities in this 1,400 hectares. Let me just explain. There's 1,400 hectares here. It's earmarked in terms of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Spatial Development Framework. It's a big word, but the municipalities these days have got a metropolitan spatial plan for their cities. And what's earmarked in that plan, you can get your rights. It's not a big problem. It's council policy, and it's not the old days where you had to show demand and necessity and stuff like that. Now there's 1,400 hectares here that's earmarked for logistics and light industrial. So it will happen. That's what it's earmarked for. 180 hectares has already got EIAs. There's no sensitivities here. Yeah, so it's a simple process that you have to go through. There's nothing controversial here. For this rail to work, you need the terminal in Durban to be efficient. You need the line to be subsidized. You need the terminal in Gauteng to be efficient and cheap and at the right position, that your last mile is not. So we before double travel, so we think we are the most correct place to be. We got the land to build the most efficient terminal. The N3 can subsidize the railway line. Durban Port is getting better, so we think rail can work. And then with Rail Runner and PBS trucks, we combine it all. We got a blank sheet. We can do new, modern stuff. We're not tied to old methodologies and old ideas. We can have the best world-class terminals here. What we're calling for, to recognize the Port of Gauteng in a national freight logistics strategy, because it's such an important thing. And just on that, we think the Port of Gauteng should be declared a national key point. Development of this size will require today's money at least 50 billion rand. It's all the warehouses, the truck stops. It's not my money. There's 105 other properties here that I don't own that people can buy. I own 260 hectares of the 1,400 hectares. A lot of people that want to sell their properties here, that were born here, it's ready to go to retirement villages that sits on 2 hectares and 5 hectares and 10 hectares. It's a fully compliant investment-ready strategy. It doesn't need the government money. It just needs the government to get the framework, and it will happen. So together we can turn around the Durban-Gauteng freight corridor, do the KwaZulu-Natal tourism industry a favor, make the life better for everybody in Gauteng, cheaper logistics, a road to Durban that is not a nightmare.